Well, if you're wondering what to do with all that cabbage you've grown, I want to share this amazing recipe that I've just learnt, and I can't believe I got to being this old without knowing it. It's the absolute best way to use up cabbage that I can think of. It tastes amazing, and I'll definitely be making this again. So I only had a half a Chinese or a Wombok cabbage, but you could use any cabbage. So you just need to cut the cabbage back up into little pieces, and then cut up some onion. You could use shallots or leeks as well if you don't have onions on hand, or you could even use onion powder if you didn't have any of that. Or onion chives could even be another option. So next you just need to peel a carrot and grate it all up. So if you're new to our channel, we're a family that bought 140 acres off the grid in Australia almost 2 years ago now, and we're trying to build a more self-sustainable or self-sufficient lifestyle. We've started a cold climate food forest, but it's just in the very early stages. We've had temperatures of -6 about half an hour away from here in the last couple of weeks, so it's been getting quite cold. So 2 weeks ago I just started sowing some winter herbs and veggies, and some of them have just started to come up, so that's pretty exciting. It might be a bit too cool for some of them, but I thought I'd give it a try anyway. Some of the seeds that I had were really old, so I don't know if they will even germinate at all. So then you just grab a carrot and you grate it all up, and then you just grab some potatoes, peel them as well, and grate them up too. So when I say I didn't know this recipe before now, this is my first time having a go at it. My partner and I used to actually love eating the Japanese savoury cabbage pancakes at our local sushi shop. So we're quite familiar with eating these, but we've never actually made them ourselves. So I'll just peel and finally chop up a big clove of garlic here too. And so having a self-sufficient lifestyle basically means being able to provide everything that you and your family need to live and survive without any help from outside sources. Obviously, we're nowhere near that stage at the moment, but I think when you're growing your own food, and we're trying to do that at the moment, we're in the very early stages though, you need to make sure that you're not wasting any food, because you're putting a lot of time and effort into making sure that you've got what you need. So I'm just going to fry up my onion in a little bit of oil, and just until it's a little bit translucent and a bit caramelized. So on a side note, it's actually my birthday today, and my partner got me a few books, and my son got me a lovely daffodil plant. So that was very nice. And now I'm just going to add my grated up carrot to the onion and fry that for a little while until it softens. And so according to Food Bank, in Australia, 7.6 million tonnes of food is lost or wasted every year. And when the carrot has softened, then I'm going to add in the cabbage that I had cut up. And so now I'll just keep doing that until the cabbage has softened. And while hunger continues to rise across the world, an estimated 1/3 of food production is lost or wasted, equaling about 1.3 billion tonnes of food wasted. And sadly, this means the resources used in food production are also wasted. There's a number of significant benefits that we get from fighting food waste. It also helps hunger across the world. And I'm just going to add in my garlic that I had chopped up as well. And so we're all responsible for food waste. Having a compost or raising animals like chickens is a great way to stop food waste, as well as canning, freezing and dehydrating your food. A bit of salt and pepper. I also added some thyme and some paprika, but I forgot to film that part. About a tablespoon of each is pretty good. So when all the veggies have softened, then I'll mix that in with the grated potato that I had done earlier. And when they were combined, I added some tablespoons of flour and also 2 eggs. So when the potato and veggie mix is mixed all together, then I just put a little bit of oil on the pan. I put a bit too much oil in this one, but that's okay. Then I put some of the mixture into the pan to fry like a pancake, and I just push the sides in so that it all stays together. If you preheat your pan like this, it just helps to seal the bottom of the pancake quickly. The first one I found I didn't cook it long enough, so I think the trick is making sure that you put the lid on the pan and making sure that you cook it for sort of low and slow for about 10 minutes each side, maybe a bit less, but if you have it up high then you can get it crispy on the outside as well. But I think you need to do a bit of a combination of both. So the Japanese cabbage pancake I think is called okonomiyaki. I'm not sure if I've brutally damaged that pronunciation of it, but I've seen a lot of people use cooked prawns in these cabbage pancakes, and also diced ginger. The Japanese pancakes seem to use a lot more flour, and they also add water as well. Cabbage pancakes I'm making are vegetarian, but I've seen that some of the Japanese pancakes have pork mince in it, or bacon or corn, whatever you've got on hand and whatever floats your boat really. The larger you make your pancakes, I suppose, the longer you need to cook them because they're a lot thicker, but they're also more difficult to flip over in the pan, so I used a plate for the really big ones. But towards the end I started making them a little bit smaller so they were easier to flip over. When our family ate these, there was one left over that I stored in the fridge to eat the next day, and I woke up and I was excited to eat it for breakfast, but my partner Paul had already got there and eaten it before me, so I was very sadly disappointed. Sometimes the Japanese version of these pancakes actually also have a little bit of leftover cooked tempura batter, which gives it a little bit of crispiness inside and changes the texture a little bit. And so cabbage is really high in vitamin C and vitamin K levels, and it's also full of folic acid and antioxidants, so it's really great and very healthy for you. And Chinese cabbage is actually a natural way to reduce inflammation as well. And Chinese cabbage likes growing in cold weather, so hopefully we'll be able to get cabbage growing here soon. And there's lots of other claims that cabbage promotes digestion, it's anti-cancer, and that it helps you become more beautiful. And so this is what the cabbage pancakes look like when they're done. And I actually added some sweet chili sauce that I made a couple of weeks ago. You can use the traditional okonomiyaki sauce, which is very easy to make, and I think I might try making that sauce next time as well. These cabbage pancakes were so delicious, I'm definitely making them again. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I do appreciate you being here, and chat to you next time.